Welcome back to the LEC SK Gaming Tech Revenge on Schalke 04. And I have Blue with me to talk about the victory for the first time ever in the LEC. Thank you very much for joining me, Blue.
Thank you so much, Laura. Welcome. Hello.
You're welcome. First off, I hear you twice, so maybe production can do something about this, but let's not stop us here. I want to know about the cheese, level 1. That's not something we usually see in the LEC. Sometimes teams go either top lane or bot lane to try and ward something, but what did you have in mind here?
Actually, it was Tinks. Like he saw Nidalee was there waiting, and then I think Tinks warded the bush. And then he said that Ned was going to base and then get the red trinket, and so he kind of predicted. So we went into the bush and waiting for Nidalee to come and kill her, basically. That happened in the game. We didn't think about this before we go to the game.
Okay, interesting. I thought it was a very specific strategy maybe for Schalke 04. I want to know, they beat you the first time around. Here you were very dominant, on the same page. What did you learn about Schalke over the past couple of weeks that helped you beat them today?
Actually, we didn't learn that much. We already know how they play the game and how they want to play the game. It's just that much more about us, like how we want to play against them and what we want to pick against them. And we decided to pick like a still Azir like this, and then in the jungle like a Scanner, different pick, and in top side like this type of champion, so we can play more a bit aggressive and then match their aggression kinda. And that was our game plan against them today.
All right. Well, thank you for all these insights, but I want to have a follow-up on the Azir pick, because right now, this is the second most pick on mid lane in the LEC. It's rising, I guess, over the past couple of weeks. Players tend to pick this champion more. How do you explain this?
I mean, for me, it's like the champion is so OP in lane, and it's like, if you play the champion really good, you can't lose lane. You will have no matter what prior, and it's also really good with the jungle champions of whatever you pick, or support mid champions too. And he has a really strong scaling too, strong team fighting, strong laning. He's just really OP in lane. This is why I think everyone picks it, and I picks it too.
Okay. Nice buff during the last patch also, I guess. I have a last question for you, Blue, because I guess you know that a lot of people were waiting for this interview of you in the LEC. So is there anything you would like to say to the fans who've been watching you and hoping to see you in an interview?
I want to thank everyone, the Turkish fans, the French fans, everyone. And I want to say that Carnage, je t'aime.
Oh, that's very cute. Well, Carnage, you heard him. And Blue, thank you so much for the interview. Good luck on the second game tomorrow. You're welcome. And we're going to take a break now. Welcome back to the LEC. The Mad Lions are in an absolute dominance today after defeating Excel. But if someone had fun today, it must be Elioya, I guess. You had an amazing game with the champion, and it was your first competitive Kayn, from what I heard. So you got the player of the game here. First, I would like to announce. But what did you like about the Kayn? And how did you come up with the champion? Because, as I said, you never played it competitively yet.
Yeah, so, I mean, there were a lot of like junglers banned, so we also were looking for an AD jungler, and just like 2 days ago, I think it was Canyon played Kayn into Lilia, which I also thought that it was a pretty good matchup. So the champion was good for the moment, so I just picked it.
What about your performance then? Because you destroyed any hopes that Excel could have here.
I mean, I think I got like insanely fed, and from that point, like it was really hard to play into a Kayn like that is just this fed, because I got the form also like really fast. So I think that it was just like
could have been a completely different story though, because I remember the very early game when you arrived bot side jungle and you realized the blue buff is gone, everything is gone. How did you react, and did you adapt the game plan according to that?
I mean, like I didn't even know. So as soon as I see there is no blue, no Grom, no wolves, I'm just like, okay, I guess we got late invaded. And then like I think that at that point the only chance I had is to like get a bot gank off, or else like my game is pretty doomed. But I got the gank bot off, so everything went fine.
Yeah, you got the gank, you got the first blood, and after that you spent a lot of time bot lane. So I'm wondering, what was your plan in the beginning? Did you want to apply pressure bot lane, or did you adapt because of the early invade and the first gank you got successful on bot lane?
It was more of adapting, because as Kayn you You typically, it's more normal that you go for jungle lead, like you're just like 20 CS out of enemy jungle, you're one level ahead, or like that things. But also if like you're getting free ganks or enemies are just like not playing accordingly, so you can just gank them and get free kills. And if you get free kills, Kayn is just like really unstoppable.
Yeah, unstoppable. And we saw that. You were right to mention, though, that the first time we saw this pick was in the LCK. It's also been played in NA, every time against a Lilia, as you said. So what makes Kayn a good champion against Lilia?
So I think that it has like a really good clear, and at the moment, like junglers require like a really good clear in order to not fall behind. Also, the interaction with the ultis is like Lilia will just ulti, you can just get inside her with your ult. So it's just like overall, I think it's a good matchup. Also, once you have like the assassin form, you can just one-shot her from 100 to 0. I think Lilia should go Zonia in this matchup, but in this case, he didn't, so it was better for me.
Didn't happen, and you got the edge here. But Elioya, fantastic performance once again. Congrats on taking down XL, and good luck for the match tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And to get a closer look on Kayn, let's send it over to Ender. Welcome back to the LEC after this bloodbath of a game. G2 won in the end, and I have Kevs with me to talk about the game. Kevs, you were laughing in the end. What was that about?
I mean, it was just like a really crazy game. I think there was a lot of laughing throughout the game, and especially the end, because it was kind of like I just kind of died right before Elder, right, and it was looking like a bit grim, but my team smurfed it in the end. And I think someone said something funny. I'm not sure, but it was a fun game, that's for sure. There was a lot of fighting this one, and yeah, that's always fun to play.
Always nice to have a bit of fun in the end, but I'm wondering, you guys had a 10k gold lead at some point, and I know that it was a lot of back and forth with a lot of scaling options for the opponents, but why did it take such a long time for you guys to close out the game?
That's a good question. I mean, I think we were going a bit too deep. Like all of us wanted to like kill them. I mean, I was like really strong this game, so I really wanted to invade as many camps as possible. And I think sometimes it went a bit too far. I was trying to do the doing B hack CS, but it didn't really work out, unfortunately. And sometimes we just really wanted to go on them. We had like a lot of engage with like Alistar and Jarvan, and also like Gragas with like the chem tank. So we just wanted to perma fight them. And I mean, sometimes we maybe should just have like played for Baron or played for Drake. But you know, it's it's more fun if we can just like fight them a bit. And I think that's kind of what we went for this time around. And you know, in the end, we won it. So.
It is more fun, indeed. But I mean, as you said, you had an outstanding performance on Ryze. The community agrees here because you had the player of the game. And I see that Ryze is becoming a trending champion for G2. You played the champion 3 times now. Can you tell me a bit more about the priority of the pick for you and G2?
Yeah, I think Ryze is pretty strong right now. I mean, this game specifically, they had like the Corgi, right? Which Ryze has always been like at least like a pretty good early game counter to Corgi, because Corgi is kind of weak early and then kind of leaves Ryze with a lot of free lanes to like either roam or like in this game I was just farming a lot of camps, so I got really strong because Corgi doesn't really pressure me. So I just basically got to farm a bunch, and then I also wanted to fight a bunch, which happened a bit later in the game. Maybe sometimes it was a bit in, but it worked out.
It did work out, and we didn't get time to talk about you actually since the season started, but with Reckless joining, I feel like your role changed a bit, because when you look at stats, he is responsible for 40% of the damage for the team, which is huge if people don't know, but which means that you may have a different role, but you still play the same champions as last year, which is champions that can impact side lanes mostly. So do you think your role changed since Reckless joined, or is it still the same?
Maybe a little bit, but realistically I think it's more just like about like what champions I play and what champions that everyone on my team plays. I guess maybe Reckless plays like some different champions than Perks, but Perks also play like different champions throughout different like metas, and same with Reckless. So I don't know if the change necessarily with Reckless joining or if it changed with the meta shifting, but definitely I think I've had kind of like a laid out split so far. I feel like my team has been smurfing a lot, so I've kind of just like been making sure that I don't eat too much, which has not always worked, but they still manage to carry, so that's nice.
Yeah, you'll get your time to shine later. You're having fun for now, and that's what counts. But Kevs, thank you so much for the interview for now, and have a good evening.
Thank you for having me. You too.
You're welcome, and we're gonna take a break and we'll come back in a few minutes for Misfits versus Rogue. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the LEC here in week 5. Rogue come with a convincing victory once again, and I have Trimby with me to talk about this game. Hi, Trimby.
Hello.
Hi. I know you've been very self-critical of your performance in the past, so I want to know, how was this game for you today?
Was fine. I feel like I played well. I had a little bit of headache before the game, so I didn't feel that comfortable with how I play. But at the end, it was nice. I could do obviously some stuff better, but I don't know. I like how I played, and yeah, I felt really good during the game.
Well, first off, I hope you're feeling better. I know it's awful to having to play when you have a headache. And you played amazingly indeed. So I wanted to follow up on the first interview we had in week 1. You said to me that you didn't feel quite comfortable yet on stage. We had a couple weeks now. So how are things with Rogue? And especially with you, performance-wise, do you feel comfortable now in the LEC?
Well, I for sure feel more comfortable than I used to, just because like I got some more experience, right? Like on playing on LEC stage, etc. Also, maybe like at first I was trying the champs that I didn't play that much. I would say so at least. So right now I'm trying to stick to what I'm good at and to the stuff that I know how to play around and how to play as. So for sure, not for example, today I got to play Thresh, the champ that I used to be kind of known for, and I have the most played for like, I don't know, a couple of seasons. So it was really nice to play the champ that I for sure feel the most comfortable. And yeah, I hope I'm just gonna be better and better, and I just hope that I will just play better like every game.
Looking at the improvements, which is always a great mindset for champions. And yeah, we got to see your Thresh, we got to see your Rakan. So as a fan, I'm very happy about this. But I mean, when you look at Rogue and your performance so far, you guys are top 2, tied with G2 right now, which means that you may be a top 2 support. Do you agree, based on the opposition?
No, not really. There's no way I'm a 2 top support. There's no way. I mean, I would like to be, but I'm for sure not. And there are for sure better support players than me right now. And for now, I just need to show that I can try to compete with them. I mean, I'm sure that I can compete with them, but I didn't show it yet. So I just want to show it maybe during the during the end of this regular split or just in playoffs. Like I just want to show that I feel comfortable enough to play the way that I always played and just play well.
All right, humble. I like that. Okay, something that might cheer you up then, you got the player of the game here. So on the champion you like, the community side, what do you think?
That's really nice. I think that Inspired played really well.
First time.
So yeah, it's really nice that I got it on Thresh, especially, right? Like the first time. So I'm really grateful that people actually voted for me, even though I was not recently. I've been not really popping off or anything. But for sure, my team helps me out to look really good. So it's also, it's like if I wouldn't get it, if I didn't get it, and Inspired would have got it, I wouldn't mind, right? Or Odamne. Everyone in my team plays really well, and I just want to keep up with them, right, and try to show that I can be just a really good part of this team.
All right, it's a team effort then. Well, Trimby, you played very well today, I can tell you that, and thank you so much for this interview. I wish you good luck for the match tomorrow.
Thank you for having me, and yeah, hope you have a good evening.
Thank you. And we're going to take one last break and we'll come back to the last game of the day. Can Vitality create the upset against Fnatic? We'll see that after the break. Welcome back to the LEC. Vitality take down Fnatic in the biggest upset we had today. And I have Zigenda for the first time in the LEC with me to talk about the game. Hi, first off. You picked up an important win. I see you smiling right now. You solo killed Bwipo. How do you feel?
Well, I finally feel good after a game. It's the first good game I played this split, so I feel great.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a ride to get this win, actually. And what was different today compared to the other days?
Biggest difference was our mindset going into the game. Throughout the first part of the split, the first half, we were playing really scared. We refused to fight a lot. So I don't know, like every Drake we just crossed method and we didn't fight. It was like really cringe. So like today, like we just talked for like the entire week. Scrims were just, we need to fight. We stop being such pussies. Like please fight to do something. So this week we just ended scrims, fighting every fight we could fight, and at least we fight it on stage this time. So yeah, that's the different like mentality.
All right. I hear the emotion throughout everything you're saying right now. I'm sorry, there's a delay. I thought you were done here. But it's super interesting because looking Vitality play, we could see that you guys were playing scared. So I'm wondering, the fact that you guys were in a difficult situation maybe, and you were seen as the underdogs maybe in this matchup, relieved you in playing more free maybe?
Nah, like the biggest thing was just, for me personally, like the first like games, like for the first 5 games or something, I was so nervous that like I couldn't sleep probably, so I just ended so hard. Like it was unbelievable how bad I played, and after time I slowly got more and more comfortable, like playing against better players now. So like I also learned a lot, like how to like play my waves. Finally, I learned how to do this. Like so yeah, a lot of like confidence got from like scrims and the team. We trust a lot at the moment, and we hope we can bounce back, even though it's really hard.
I hope you can bounce back as well, but I mean, we've seen the miracle run from Schalke last year, so I want to say everything's possible. But before focusing on that, I want to come back to the game specifically, because we're used to seeing Vitality being good during the early game, but usually the team collapses during the mid-game transition. Here, you had the edge over Fnatic. We saw a couple team fights where they came back. Did you think it was enough for them to actually take the game, or did you stay confident even during the mid-game?
There was one point where we like, I think a TP bot or something, and like we just lost top turret for no reason. That was like really bad, and they got like so much gold for no reason. Like, yeah, there was also one fight we took on top where we just gave like 2 towers for free with full plates, and it like got it very scary. It's like we didn't know like how the gold situation was, so it was like really up in the air to see like anyone could win this game. I feel like all the time.
And in the end, you got it here. So you were talking about playoffs chances, maybe the rest of the spring season here. How do you see your chances for playoffs? And do you think this will be the win that gets you guys back on track?
Well, if we, like, our chance to playoffs is like, if we win one of like, we have really, really hard games, like the next 2 weeks. We have like Rogue tomorrow, then we have G2 and Madland. So if we win like one of those 3 games, and we beat the rest of the teams, there's like still a chance. So if we get a win with like the next 3 games, then I believe. If no, then there's a very small chance. So it's like we really need to like get an upset again, and then we can start beating the lower tier teams or whatever. Yeah.
You can believe, I mean, yeah, taking down Fnatic is a good start. I guess here for Vitality, you've been waiting for this one for so long, and you get it against one of the top teams here in the LEC. So focusing on what's next, what is to come, what will you talk about with the team tonight to be sure that you're in the right mindset, especially to face off against Rogue tomorrow?
We'll just try to do the same, I think. Like, we had a good day today. Everyone got really relieved and happy after the win. Like, everyone stood up, like, got so happy, like, everyone was shouting. It was like, I just think we'll try to, like, do the same, try to play aggressive. Like, just at least if we lose, it's, like, because we fight and not because we do nothing. That's, like, how we will have the mindset at the moment, I think.
All right, fight and seize every opportunity. Now, as I said, Uganda, it's the first time we have an interview. I know you have a lot of fans who've been waiting for this. So is there anything you would like to say to the fans who've been cheering for you for so long and who waited for this moment for Vitality today?
Well, I would like to thank Vitality fans. They're like really crazy every week. They like write to us that they believe, even though we'll have like been running it so hard. It's like insane how good like the Vitality community is. I'm really thankful for all the messages. It's like I'm really thankful for you guys and wanted to tell you.
Well, I really hope that their messages can cheer you up and that this win will cheer you up as well. Zigenda, congrats on the amazing win against Fnatic and good luck against Rogue tomorrow.
Thank you.